Hello, hello.
Hey!
Hello.
Welcome to Content Creators Connect. Here we are about encouraging the three C's. Remember, three of them: connecting with others via video, content development that builds your personal brand, and creators sharing their experience despite their distance.
For those of us joining us for the first time, let's get to know the C3 team. First, you got Kevin, also known as Clasicmac to his online community. He is a strong advocate in finding low-cost tools to help you in your live streaming journey. Then we have Dori, well known as DSpence. She's always using her superpowers to install confidence in those around her and helping others become experts in their own adventures. Love that. Experts. Good job. And then you have myself, Coach Manny, coaching us up in the world of social media marketing, as well as pursuing my passion of streaming about true crime. My friends, we have a great topic for you today: 6 ways to create amazing streaming graphics. And let's hear what others think about this important topic. Kevin, well, if you don't mind starting, why don't you tell us why exploring applications for streaming graphics is a valuable topic to consider?
Well, I won't get into too much detail because that's what the presentation is going to be all about. But if you take a look around, look at all the vibrant colors that we have on our graphics and our names. It's like that captures your attention and makes you want to learn more and become engaged with your presenter. So I really do enjoy playing with the graphics and playing with the different colors to see, well, what catches your eye, what doesn't, and what keeps your audience engaged. So I'm going to go into a bit more detail a little bit later, but yeah, I'm kind of curious about you and Dory as well. So I'll kick it over to Dory. Why do you think graphics are important for streaming?
Well, I think, I don't know, maybe it's the teacher in me, but I really see a lot of frustration and, I guess, for lack of a better term, an intimidation factor when streamers contemplate having to work on creating graphics. They believe that they have to spend a lot of money to hire professionals to create the graphics. But here's the thing, like, I absolutely love the fact that there are user friendly, super intuitive, and often free resources that streamers can use. And even just using YouTube, like a stream, for example, that you're about to do, Kevin, things like this are available to people. And one of the biggest things I hope people take away from your presentation is understanding that you do not have to have a degree in graphic design to make useful graphics to get messages across to your audience. So that's my take on it. I don't want people to be intimidated or frustrated with it. So I hope they find some value in your presentation. Manny, what do you think?
I love this topic for so many reasons, and you guys hit on some great reasons as well. And one of the things that at one time, honestly, and you guys kind of hit on it, graphics were so intimidating. You see, myself, I do not consider myself artistic. I feel like it's hit a lot of people in my family, but it skipped me. I do not have that artistic nature, but I can see a good graphic when I see one, right? I can identify one. And having some ways to create these amazing graphics Number one, without being a graphic designer. Number two, in a simple manner, can truly make this a little easier in our approach. And I say that because now I do create some graphics. I'm not a professional, but there are tools out there that make it simple. And that's why I love that Kevin's going to be teaching on this, because as someone who focuses on low cost streaming methods and ways, I think this is huge. And so he's sharing 6 ways. I'm excited about it because I only really know one. And here he is going to be sharing 6. I love it. Thank you. So as we move on to this, why don't we go ahead and learn about these 6 ways to create amazing streaming graphics? Kevin, it's all yours, my friend.
Awesome. So, today, honestly, I have to be honest with you. I could not find just 6 applications to use. I have a whole lot more to share with you because once you start diving into that rabbit hole, you just keep going, and there's so many different applications and programs that you can use to create these graphics. And like Manny had said, a lot of them are so intuitive. Dori said that as well. That it's very simple to be able to create good eye-catching graphics. So I'm going to switch over and we're going to start going through each of these different programs, and they are for a multitude of platforms as well. So it could be on your Mac or PC. It could be a program that you install, your mobile device, as well as browser based graphic programs. So we're going to go through each of them. Not going to go into detail on how to use them, but just sort of give a quick overview about what they do, or not what they do, but the names of these programs. And like Manny had said, they are low cost as well. Some of them are totally free. Some you don't even have to sign up for. And they are available for you to use and download your result right then and there. So let's just jump on in and take a look. And of course, the first one, when people say graphics, immediately you go to Photoshop. Adobe has sort of become a leader in that. So we are starting off with this, where it's rather than um, the old programs back in the olden days of computer graphic design, we had to download and install each one of these. Adobe has come up with the subscription model where we are able to get a pack of graphic design tools that you can use to help create some wonderful graphics. So you can start off with a free trial, starting at is it $12.99 a month Canadian, which is I don't know, like $5 American. So I don't know what the conversion is, but it's a relatively cheap way of being able to, if you're able to afford these tools that have all the bells and whistles to them as well. So lots of different ways to update your graphics as well as create them. And sort of the competitor to Adobe has been Corel. Corel Draw is the name of the other one that actually do have to pay for. Um, but they have a download a trial as well. So you can go and try it out and see if it actually is what you are looking for. If you're looking for very extensive type of graphic design. Then there's another program that you can download to your computer, and it's called GIMP. GIMP is such a wonderful, wonderful tool. Um, it essentially is Photoshop, but a free version of it. And like all these pictures that you're seeing on the screen, all developed um, in GIMP. So you can do all the highlighting, you can do mock-ups. You can do just basic graphic designs as well. And tons and tons of options and availability with this. And once again, it's a download, and I believe it's downloadable for both Mac and PC. Then the next one is Photoscape. It's a viewer, an editor where you can resize brightness, color adjustment, white balance. As you can see here, there are just so many different options. And once again, this is free. And oh, I think I forgot to mention about GIMP. GIMP is a free option as well. So a couple of paid options and a couple of free options that you can download and install onto your computer. Now, rather than just limiting yourself to a computer, you can actually go to a mobile device and do it on there, whether that be an iPad or your own phone as well. And this is my favorite. And I just had some issues connecting my phone to show you how it actually works. But it's called Snapseed. And you're able to take a picture and edit it. You can crop it. You can play with all different types of filters. And you can actually put text across it as well. So you could use it as a graphic for your streaming as well. So if you are limited on how much time that you can spend on graphic design while you're sitting on the bus or while you're on the train, you can sit there and design on the go. So having a mobile option definitely is very, very handy. Another handy one, even though this is Adobe, this is actually a free application. It's Adobe Photoshop Express. It has a lot of the features of Photoshop, but as Express implies, it's a lot less of all of the paid features that you receive. But it's still a very powerful tool. And now comes for my favorite portion. These are the browser-based um, applications and programs that I use. Canva. This is probably one that you have heard of and probably have used, and I absolutely love it just because of the variety of tools within this tool itself. And there is a huge bonus for Canva because not only is it browser based, there's nothing to install on your computer, but it also has an app for your mobile device. So you can actually be designing and creating a graphic and go from your computer. It's like, oh, I'm heading out to the beach, but while I'm at the beach, I'm going to have some downtime. Open up your phone. You can play with the design that you've created on your computer out while you are just relaxing on the beach or have a couple minutes. Like I said, if you're commuting to or from work, you can open up that design and play around and fool with it. And one thing I love as well, they have so many different options of types of designs that you want to make. So if you want to make a social media post, you can make an Instagram post, an Instagram story. They have Instagram, Facebook, and all sorts of different templates that you could use. And it's so easy that you just like, if we're going to do it, just open it up. And this has everything all designed for you. So all you have to go in is click and replace it with your name. So they already have have done a ton of the work for you already. And it's just a matter of downloading and posting it on your videos. And I use this as well for creating some of my lower thirds and some frames that I have for my stream. Uh, there is both a free version as well as a pro version. And of course, the pro version has a few extra bells and whistles to help. And it includes access to a lot more. They have photos that you are able to use. So for instance, if we're looking for puppies, who doesn't like puppies? So you, there's a pro version of puppies, and then there's also free versions of puppies. So I'm going to pick a free version of the puppy, and we can just insert it into that frame. It's like, that's how easy that this program is. And if we wanted to have puppies as a background, go with the pro version. Boom. Right click, replace background. It's very simple and intuitive to use. I could do a whole episode of just Canva because it's such a useful tool. So definitely worth checking out. And another browser-based one, it's called Pixlr, and it's pixlr.com. And this is totally free as well. And it is a very extensive editing tool. It has your crop, has your wands, your cutout and masks, your crops, all sorts of different tools that you can use. Very similar to Photoshop, but it's free and it's online. Like, you don't even have to sign up for an account on this. And then once you're done, you just download it and you can use it for whatever, whether it be a social post or whether it be for your stream. And what I like about some of these online ones, they have a lot of layers as well. So you're able to like put text on a top layer and have some fun with some of those different design things. When you are out and about, take a look at the marketing that is going on and sort of see what catches your eye. Some of the billboards that are out there, some of the different posters that you see. What kind of fonts? Is it sort of a cursive font or is it more of a square font? Does that catch your eye? Look at the colors. That's the kind of thing that I look for when I walk around now. It's like, okay, what's catching my eye? How can I implement that into my stream? So I know next week we're going to be talking about thumbnails, and we need to know those things about what is a good, catchy thumbnail. So the next one, I think we're way past 6 here, so we're into bonus land here, but we're not quite done. This one is called Photopea, PHOTOPEA.com. And essentially it's the same thing as Pixlr. It has a ton of different options here, and talking about layers as well. Once again, you don't need an account to sign up. I just clicked, dragged a picture in, and boom. And if you do want to sign up for an account to save your pictures up in the cloud, go right ahead as well. Another one, Inkscape. You're able to like draw freely. You can get the graphics editor. You can actually download it, but it's also available online as well. And once again, it's free and it's available online and as a download. So you can log in or just use it if you want. And then this is a real bonus one because you really don't think about Paint as being a graphics editor. Everyone knows that there's Paint on your computer. But this is actually paint.net, which is an enhanced version of Paint on Windows. So you can take a look and see all the different variations that you can do. And like, whoever thought Paint could be used to make this kind of picture? It's quite fascinating, I find. And then The last one is Vector, vectr.com. And this is more for people that are working in vector graphics as opposed to regular type of graphics. So if you are working in that, here is a great free option for you as well. And not only that, I bet you're starting to think, well, what about getting some pictures put into my graphic design? Like back in Canva, they had an option to bring in photos, but most of the other ones, you have to bring in your own photos. So, me being the one that likes low cost and free, I'm giving you a couple of bonus sites for you to check out for some stock photos. First one is Pixabay, pixabay.com. And this is a great site where you just type in a search topic, and once again, they're all free, and you're able to use them for any design that you want. So, and I had to do puppies because everyone needs a cuteness overload every so often. And then the other site is Pexels, pexels.com. And same thing, put in your search topic at the and go nuts and find something that catches your eye. And a lot of these, you don't have to give artist attribution as well. So you can take it. There are some pictures on, I can't remember if it was this site or Pixabay, where you're able to use it for commercial use, but you have to alter it somehow before you can actually do that. So if you put text over top of it, that's altering the picture. So that would be great. But just to take the picture itself and then try and sell it or try to profit from it is not, I guess it's sort of frowned upon doing something like that. It's like, be creative. Somebody else was creative in creating the photo for you. So just add your flair to the picture before you actually use it again. So I hope you enjoyed all of those. What was it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 2 bonus sites. So hopefully you're able to use one of them, if not multiple ones of those, for creating your streaming graphics. So with that, taking a look, but if you have any other sites, definitely put it down in the comments so that we can check it out and let us know what you use. And I will pass it back over to Dori.
Kevin, I am completely blown away by the amount of resources that you just shared. Holy cats-a-moles. So, um, I just want to point out a couple things that you mentioned. Throughout all of the resources, you kept saying it's free, it's low cost, it's I, I would just say this. Learning how to do your own graphics, there is a cost factor, but most of it is your time investment in getting yourself to a point that you feel comfortable and confident with. You know what level you want your graphics to be. And I will tell you that even the people that feel that they have just the teeny tiniest amount of expertise in their bodies, you can make your graphics because these programs that Kevin mentioned make it so easy, make it so intuitive. You have access to stock photos like Pixabay and some of the other websites that he mentioned. And I just want to say that you can have a list of 10, you can have a list of 15, you can have a list of 25. It's just a matter of you committing the time to messing around with just one or two. Don't feel overwhelmed by the fact that we just gave you 15. Pick one or two, try them out. Are they going to be perfect right out of the gate? No, but nothing ever is. So that's my whole thing with graphics. I've been doing graphics for a long time, and I still always bounce my ideas. These two guys know I'm constantly sending them pictures. I'm like, what do you guys think of this? And I might send them 7 iterations of one picture. It's just, you just have to lean into it. So I think that that's my take on it. You can have an amazing list of resources. Some of them can be free, some of them can be low cost, but really the investment where the money aspect comes in is in your time. What do you think, Manny?
Great topic. You gave so many great sites. And I'm a big fan of free. One of the things that you specialize in is low cost, right? And I want to share, like, as when it comes to graphics, I love Canva. I honestly think it is so worth the pro membership because of everything you have access to that you don't have to upcharge and buy all these photos and videos and when you're creating stuff and you want to add b-roll type footage and you don't have your own b-roll type footage, the Canva Pro is so great for that. But the free, I was on the free version for many years before I finally upgraded. And but at the same time, sometimes you have to remove your background from images. And I want to share that if you're on the free Canva or you're using anything that doesn't offer the remove background for free, remove.bg is a great site to remove those backgrounds for free, because if you're throwing an image of yourself, a lot of times you want to get rid of the background or someone else to add, the background you're going to want to get rid of. So adding that part of the I don't want to pay extra at the time when you're not ready, I think those are key things. And your extra websites where you're helping people find some great images, again, that won't cost you. Images really help tell your story. Videos, b-roll really help tell your story. And so a lot of what you did in sharing these streaming graphics and some ways to do that were spot on, man, because truth is, this stuff grabs attention, right? It's like YouTube. Having that right thumbnail is graphics. Canva, again, I'm a big fan of Canva. Canva, that's where I started making thumbnails because they already give you great templates. And so you shared a lot of great things that it's like you don't have to spend a lot of money. And because he gave so many websites, my personal recommendation is start with Canva. It's super easy, right? You can start for free and explore from there. Just my recommendation.
Yeah,
I
and I'll
I second I second, sorry Kevin. I gotta jump in here really quick. Um Canva offers an amazing deal for students and educators. If you happen to be in the education space, using your institute, university, school account, you actually get all of the pro features of Canva for free. So if you happen to be in that niche, definitely consider using your school account to sign up, and you will have access to all of those pro features, including the remove background, the stock images, all of it for free. Just wanted to throw that out there.
That's a great value right there.
absolutely. And like with removing background, that definitely is a great feature to have with Canva. But there are some of those other sites that I did mention have that as one of their magic wand sort of things, where it actually will remove the background for you. Pixlr is one that I used prior to jumping
Mhm.
over to Canva, and it does a great job to be able to remove that background so you can use the image that's the way that you want it to. So yeah,
Pic-
there's a ton, as
Pixlr
I
is
say, there's a,
amazing.
yeah.
Um, I use that with my eighth graders. So if anybody is worried out there, I use Pixlr with my eighth graders. They absolutely love it. It's one of their favorite resources to use, and it is super intuitive. So, Kevin, I was actually really happy to see that on your list. I did. There was a comment that came through from Barbara in Facebook land, and I wanted to pop it up here so that you could maybe
Sure.
address that, Kevin, specifically. I don't know if you can read that or if you need me to make it bigger.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I can read it. Um, that's interesting. um, yeah, I don't actually use Canva a lot for print. I use a lot of it for video and streaming. So the way it looks on the screen definitely translate, and to me it's doesn't degrade any of it when you create it, and a lot of these other sites as well. But yeah, in terms of printing, unfortunately, I can't say too much because I don't use it for that purpose. So it may be maybe one of the other sites maybe created it in Canva and export it to another site and try printing it from another application that maybe unflatten it, I guess. So unfortunately, yeah, I
You know,
don't do
I
much with
think
the
I sorry about that, Kevin. My apologies. I think that some of Canva's stuff, like the printing and business cards and a lot of accessories that they do to try to keep everything in-house, I think that's also a developing part of Canva as well. So maybe down the road we see it. I didn't know if her comment also made it sound like she couldn't even download it to move it to an elsewhere. Did that sound like that, or maybe not?
I think the implication is that um, if you say you create what you want to be a super high resolution print graphics, so say you want it to be a poster that's 2 by 3 or a vinyl graphic of some kind, a lot of websites will allow you or applications will allow you to design it, and then you can push it immediately out to an online print service. And
Gotcha.
so I
Gotcha.
believe, and Barbara, if you're still with us, please feel free to correct my assumption if it's not proper. But I believe what Barbara was saying was using Canva to design something and then trying to push it out to a ready-made print service um,
actually
creates distortion.
I think she just responded in the comments there. She was
Okay.
able to download it, but wanted to send it to a local printer and they couldn't use it and recreate it. So my I'm wondering whether using Canva, if you're actually making the picture big enough so it's more dots per inch sort of thing, so that it will be more colorful, because some of their templates they have are small and they're meant for video only. So when you're going to print at a local printer, bigger the better. So if it's like a 1920 by 1080, that's going to look good on a screen, like a monitor. But if you take that to a local printer, that may it will look good in a smaller portion. But when you expand it to like a banner, it may not look as crisp as it does on a video screen. So when you're actually creating something for a print service, put those the great thing about Canva, you can put in those dimensions so that you can create a custom um, canvas for yourself. So if you have a 2 foot by a 3 foot banner that you want to get printed, put 2 feet by 3 feet into Canva and create your design that way and use the colors that way. And it will definitely enlarge the picture, so maybe give that a try and see if that would help when you're creating stuff in Canva, and wanting to send it to a local printer.
Yeah, I
I
think
and I gotta say, I think that was an. I'm so glad she made that comment. Thanks, Barbara. I appreciate it. I will guess I'll see you tomorrow. And having having that comment, because none of us print, right? We're all streamers. We don't necessarily do that per se directly with our streaming. So, Barbara, thanks for sharing that comment as well.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like she responded saying that's how she did it, but the printer still couldn't use it. So my next question would then be go to the printer and find out what are their dimensions, what kind of I guess stipulations or what they're looking for in terms of a graphic. Like it's a PNG may not be as good as like a JPEG or other file types as well. And yeah, in Canva, you're actually able to save in various formats as well. You can save it into a PDF. Um, so yeah, it's I guess sort of contacting your local printer if you are wanting to print something, and see what are the best specs that they want for the graphic. So it actually because they know their product and how it prints and turns out. So the best would sort of be go to the source and find out what would look great for them to print off.
and she says, "Perfect. Thank you for all of the information." Barbara, that's kind of why we're here. So hopefully, if we can just help one person streamline and make things a little bit smoother and better for their use of these tools, then I'd say, guys, what do you think? Are we doing a decent job?
Exactly.
Hopefully. So, Kevin, did you have anything else you wanted to wrap up?
No, I'm glad we were able to provide some information to Barbara, and I feel 1,000% better than I did at the beginning of the stream now, knowing that I actually provided some helpful information.
Excellent.
My friends, if you enjoy content like this and you're finding it useful, we would love it if you'd like and subscribe. Sharing our content is also a great way to spread the love. Visit our website for information on all the ways you can connect with us. You see it right there on your screen, linktree/content creators connect. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We were just live on Twitter. If you were on there, you can see us.
And definitely drop down comments, as some of you have done during today's stream, of what you would like to see, any questions that you have. Like I had said during the presentation, I could do a whole episode on Canva alone. There's so many different programs and applications out there. If you want a detailed demonstration and a tutorial, let us know. Um, or maybe you want to have some marketing expertise for an hour with our marketing guru, Mr. Manny. Or if you want to install more confidence in your presentation, we could have Dori go in depth about that as well. Here we are. Yes, you, Dory.
Well, we want to, as always, thank you for joining Content Creators Connect, aka C3, tonight, as we discussed applications for creating amazing streaming graphics. We return next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where moi will be demonstrating the creation of a thumbnail. We will be multicasting live to YouTube, Facebook, and wait for it, Twitter. So be sure to join us. Until then, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3 C's. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. Until next week, see ya. Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.